Nope. Nope. We're not about to do this. The internet, y'all not about to do this. Let's talk about this Drake situation in terms of classic albums. I've been hearing a lot of people say that Drake don't have no classic albums. What are you talking about? Y'all saying that Drake don't have classic albums? Are y'all forgetting the past 15 years? Are y'all forgetting the past greatness that he's put on display for the people? Let's take the Kendrick and Drake beef out of this, even though we know who won. Let's take it out of this. For y'all to say that Drake don't have no classic albums is ridiculous. I'm going to name his classic albums, but before I do that, let's first talk about what does it take to have a classic album? Like, what is a classic album? I've been hearing y'all like literally have a false definition about what classics are. And then I think y'all use the term a little bit too loosely. I gotta be honest. Y'all use the term really, really loosely. And I know that because it's like a project will come out, y'all like it, and y'all immediately call it a classic. Like y'all don't have no consensus of how many people enjoy this project or what things has this album done to transcend what's happening in its modern time, or uh how does it resonate with life as it stands? You know what I mean? There's so many things to what classic albums are, and I think let's explain some of it, right? Hold on, sorry about that. Number one, let's get this out the way because we don't even want to talk about this part in terms of like sales, right? Does sales have an impact in what a classic album is? Yes. Yes. Numbers and sales have to do with the popularity of the actual album. The more popularity, the more sales, the more it drives itself up the charts, whether you agree with the charts or not, the more it raises up in the rankings, the better chance it has of being a classic. I'm not saying that all classics go by that same metric, but what I am saying is popularity has to do with multiple people deeming this project something of high value. You can't have a classic album and nobody thinks it's a classic. Let's just be honest. Even in sales, having a classic album means that the majority of people who are tastemakers, who are people of culture, people who are covering it, the fans, we're all enjoying this together. And we all have this underlying fact that it's a great album. Not even whether it's a classic or not. If we can all agree that it's a great album, then you're one step closer. That artist is one step closer to it being a classic. So sales and numbers, they matter. They have to matter. You can't have a classic if nobody buys it. Because that means that the consensus is don't agree. Number two, number two, a classic needs time to become that. A classic needs time to become a classic. I'm sorry, even though a project might be overwhelmingly great, it still needs time to do what it needs to do for the culture. I'm sorry. There are some projects that are great, but in the next year, you don't hear anything about it. That's hard to deem it as a classic. There's some projects that might start off slow, then develop itself into a classic. That's why you need time. You got to let it build. You got to let it breathe. You got to let it do whatever it is it's about to do. Time is involved in this. You guys calling a classic after 1 or 2 days, stop. You have an opinion, yes. Is that valid in 1 day? It's hard to say. No, I say no. Give it time. You don't know. You don't know what's going to happen with the project. You don't know how people are going to resonate with it after its initial release. Classics need time to develop into such classic. It needs time to develop. The last one I'll say before we get into Drake and his classics. Number 3. And this is a big one for me. Number 3. Classics need to transcend boundaries. Let me explain. Classics, especially in hip hop, what they do is they have a focal point of style, of energy. They might even reflect what's going on now, but then there's something in the album that they bring new to the table. Not saying new like it's never been done before, but they're making this particular thing even more popular than it was before. You need to transcend new boundaries. The things that they say probably wasn't popular or probably you couldn't do, it happens. You filter that over. I'm not saying every classic, but what I'm saying is, like for instance, NWA, their first album is a classic because in due time, on top of it selling highly, very high, it transcended the way artists use language to entice the people. Good or bad, however you want to take it. When NWA dropped, it was a lot of vulgarity, but it was a lot of boldness. Nobody has said F the police before them. They talked about things in ways that at that time, nobody else talked about that. It's a classic. Also, Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, Paid in Full. The way that they blended hip hop and street life together, transcended boundaries. Before that, it was a little bit fun, upbeat and whatnot. Lyrics was here and there. They was like, nah, we finna talk about street life. We finna talk about how things is happening now. I'm not saying that artists wasn't talking about that before, but I'm saying this particular album, Paid in Full, it sold heavily. Good sales. Over time, it's still a classic. You can still play it to this day, and it resonates with people. And then it transcended boundaries. People wasn't hearing lyricism like how Rakim was doing his thing. Come on, man, what we talking about? I'll get into another blog about my favorite classic albums. I'll talk about that later. But this is about Drake, because y'all been saying that Drake don't have classic albums. So let me name the classic albums that Drake has so we can just get this out the way. Get this out the way. I'm gonna go to my iPad to ensure that I'm naming all the classic albums. And I'll explain why. I'm not gonna make this blog long, but we're gonna get to the bottom of this. Okay? All right. Let me go to my streaming platform. I'm not telling y'all which one. I'm just going to my streaming platform. Let's type in Drake. Let's type in Drizzy. And I don't care what y'all feel about him, how y'all feel about him as an artist. Let's be real. Let's be honest about our hip hop. Our hip hop. Let's be honest. Okay. So let's go to his albums. So Far Gone. It's a mixtape, but it's a classic. So Far Gone, mixtape, classic. Wasn't nobody singing and rapping like him on that record. Nobody was giving it up like that. That was your introduction to Drake, but the records that was on there was going crazy. And if you play it now, in my opinion, it still resonates. Let's keep going. That's one. Okay? Thank Me Later. Do y'all think that's a classic? Thank Me Later? Put it in the comments if y'all think it's a classic. I think that it's not a classic. I think So Far Gone is. I think Thank Me Later is not a classic, even though it's fire. Okay? Take Care, classic. Take Care, undeniable classic, and might just be Drake's best album. Best album ever. We don't even got to get into Take Care. We don't even have to get. It's just too many hit records. It's too far. And this is at Drake's height. Could nobody F with him at this time? Let's keep going. Nothing Was the Same. Classic. My favorite album of his catalog. I'm a fan of hip hop, man, so if something is dope, it's dope. Nothing Was the Same is a classic. The way he would rhyme on one beat, the beat of change here, rhyme on that, he did it heavily on this album. The records that was on there, incredible. Classic. Okay. If you're reading this, it's too late. No, that's not a classic. What a Time to Be Alive. Not in my opinion. Nope, it's not a classic. Views. Classic. Views is a classic. I don't care what y'all say. Views, classic. Broke records, sales, great records, classic. Views, stop playing with me. Let's do it the right way. More Life, no, not a classic. No. Scorpion, classic. Arguably one of his best albums as well. You can argue between that and Take Care. You can argue that Scorpion is a classic. No matter what I'm trying to tell you. Go down the list of the records. It's a classic. Care Package, no. Dark Lane Demos, no. Certified Lover Boy, no. You can't argue that. Honestly, Nevermind, no, not a classic. Her Loss, no, not a classic. For All the Dogs, y'all might want to put it in there. I don't think it's a classic. Some Sexy Songs for You, of course not. So, what are we talking about? In my opinion, he got 4 classics. 4. So Far Gone, Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Views, and Scorpion. I'm sorry, 5. He got 5 classics. And to be honest, no matter what you say about Drake, he has transcended music for many years. There were people who sang and rapped before him, yes. But he was the first one that everybody accepted him singing and rapping. They accepted his singing as much as they accepted his rapping, as much as they accepted everything about what Drake was doing. We accepted it. We said, hey, after Drake, we all said, if somebody comes through and they want to sing and they want to rap, we'll let them do it because Drake has been doing it. It's facts. Even the style of records that people be rhyming on. Hey, Drake and Fody been putting that together. All I'm saying is stop acting like Drake don't have classics. That's all I'm saying. He is still a great artist. You can't knock that. He is still a great artist. I want y'all to get in the comments, argue with me about this. Argue with me. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I think Drake has classics, regardless of what y'all been feeling about him for the past year or two. He still has classics a part of his catalog, and he's still one of the greatest artists of our time. So let me know in the comments what y'all think, man. And we're going to get to the next video. When we get to the next video, y'all already know what it is. Work low.